The camera trembles slightly, as if the person holding it is holding their breath. The CEO stands, tall hands clasped in front of him, eyes locked on the janitor. Starting today, you no longer work here. The whole room falls silent, the only sound the ticking of the clock's second hand. The camera slowly pans to the woman standing there. Around 60 years old, wearing a faded uniform and worn-out shoes. Her hands still grip the mop tightly, but her gaze is steady, unshaken. She takes a deep breath and speaks in a low, clear voice. Do you remember 27 years ago, who opened the door and let you in before sunrise? The CEO freezes. A few employees glance at each other. She takes a step forward. I've been cleaning this room since the days you were just an intern. I heard you practice speeches, saw you cry when your project failed, and saw you celebrate your first contract win. Her voice isn't loud, but every word cuts through the heavy air. I don't need your thanks. But if you think I'm just a janitor, then you've forgotten where you yourself came from. The room is utterly still. The camera jolts once, then steadies on the CEO's face, no longer cold but unsettled, as if stripped bare in front of everyone. The image slowly fades to black. Then the faint click of a glass door opening is heard. The camera begins recording an empty hallway bathed in the warm glow of dim yellow lights. Mrs. Anna, in her blue uniform, pushes a cart of cleaning supplies. Each motion of her mop is slow and steady, the overhead lights reflecting on the polished floor. B-roll. She waters the office plants in the corner, gently wipes dust from the reception desk with a soft cloth, then smiles and greets the security guard before moving on with her work. A staff member's voice, quick interview overlaid on footage of her working. She's been here for over 20 years. Everyone loves her. Cut to another colleague. Mrs. Anna. She quietly takes care of every little corner of this company. Never complains, never late. The camera pans across cozy corners of the office, a framed photo of the staff, an old ceramic mug left in the pantry. Small decorative items only the observant would notice, all spotless and neatly arranged. A young CEO, sharp in a tailored suit, signs documents with swift precision. He speaks at a crowded meeting, his voice firm and authoritative. His gaze is focused, hands always holding a pen or a stack of papers. The camera shakes slightly, panning across the row of employees seated in tense silence. Up front, the CEO stands tall, holding a stack of documents. His firm voice echoes through the microphone. CEO Mrs. Anna has violated company policy. And here, we must set an example. The camera cuts to Mrs. Anna standing alone in the corner of the room. Light from above casts shadows across her face. She doesn't avert her eyes from the CEO. Her hands remain clasped in front of her. In a warm, steady tone, she speaks, I know you want this company to succeed. She pauses, gaze locked on him. But there are things money can't buy. The air in the room thickens. Some employees glance at each other. Some sit up straighter, others clench their fists. Mrs. Anna slowly steps toward the center of the room. I've seen many people leave, because they could no longer find humanity here. I stayed, because I believed you would be different. Close up the CEO's face. A flicker of hesitation appears before he clenches his jaw, keeping his tone measured. CEO rules are rules. Mrs. Anna smiles faintly, though her eyes glisten. Rules are only good when they don't trample on compassion. The camera slowly sweeps across the room, faces wavering, some lowered in thought, others fixed on the CEO with a new kind of gaze. The music deepens, lingering, building toward the pivotal moment. Cut, the screen freezes on their locked eyes, one side power, the other. Resolve. Then the frame fades to black. Mrs. Anna remains standing in the middle of the room, her voice slow and deliberate. That night, I heard a faint cry coming from the storage room on the ground floor. Flashback scene appears. A flashlight beam trembles, sweeping over dusty shelves. A weak meow, meow, echoes in the stillness. She pushes open the creaking storage door. In a dark corner, a tiny kitten shivers, trapped between a few toppled cardboard boxes. Its eyes are wide, full of fear. She kneels down gently, reaching out her hand. Everyone had gone home. It was just me and this little one. She lifts the kitten, wrapping it in the fold of her uniform, softly patting it until the trembling eases. With her mop and cloth, she cleans up the mess, straightens the fallen boxes, and covers the tear in the carton. The light in the scene warms as she places the kitten into a small box lined with a soft cloth. Cut back to the present. A young employee suddenly bursts into tears, quickly wiping them away. A chair scrapes sharply. Someone jumps to their feet and rushes out of the room. Seconds later, they return holding a small white and gold kitten in their arms. Voice breaking. This is the one. Close up the kitten now, healthy, nuzzling into the person's shoulder. Soft sobs ripple across the room. Close up the CEO, his shoulders trembling slightly, eyes glassy as if swallowing back something he can't quite say. His grip loosens the stack of documents sliding onto the table without anyone noticing. The music swells, then cuts off abruptly. The screen fades to black, leaving a deep, lingering silence in the minds of the viewers. The room remains silent, the only sound the kitten's faint mews. The CEO stands frozen for a few seconds, then takes a deep breath and slowly walks toward Mrs. Anna. Every pair of eyes follows him. He stops just one step away from her. His voice is lower now, stripped of the firmness from earlier. I'm sorry. I was wrong. He bows his head slightly, eyes red. I hope you'll stay. Mrs. Anna looks at him. No anger in her gaze now, only calm. She smiles softly. I don't need recognition. I only need people to treat each other with kindness. She rests a hand on the CEO's shoulder, then turns to look around the room. Faces begin to brighten. A few smiles break through tears. The kitten is passed gently from hand to hand, making its way around the room. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing the entire space now filled with a new, warmer atmosphere. Kindness can change an entire day, and sometimes an entire life. The camera slowly pans from the hands gently stroking the kitten to each face in the room, eyes now softened, filled with understanding. The narrator's voice comes in warm yet steady. Before you judge, seek the truth. Cut footage of Mrs. Anna the night before walking alone down the hallway, her footsteps echoing in the empty space. The narrator continues, a small act can change someone's entire day. The camera pulls back from the company building, the warm glow of its lights inside contrasting against the still, quiet night sky. Choose kindness because you never know who needs it the most.